Hello farmers, welcome back to No Man's Land. We have moved to the month of April, which means it is time to plant the rest of our crops. I think everything that we need to plant is ready. It's that time of the season. But today we're just going to be focusing on the cornfield that's going to be made into chaff for silage in the fall. So step one, since it's a new field, we got to make sure we get the pH value correct. So we're putting down some lime. You can see I got the Deutz over here with the Digestate sprayer. We also got the planter over here ready to go. We got our Mac Anthem truck over here with a tanker full of Digestate. So the end of March, I got a few things done. Well, maybe more than a few things. Let's see if I can remember them all. I think the first step was I grabbed the tanker and came up here and grabbed the slurry from the pigsty and also the cow barn. Brought that on down to the BGA to be processed so we can get more Digestate. Sprayed Digestate on the two cornfields down there. Got that taken care of. Also at the BGA, if the sugar beet on the ground was bothering you, the sugar beet is no longer there. That's been chopped up and put into the BGA processor, which most of that probably went to making sugar, but some of it did go to the BGA, I would hope. And we got some electricity from that. Let's see, what else did I get done here? I know there's a few other things I'm probably missing. Oh, I've been taking care of the animals, of course. And also, we now have a fire department, but no fire trucks. I'll show you that a little bit later on. But I think that kind of covers everything, right? I think so. The sawmill, the original sawmill, that is ready to be sold, other than we got to go over there and take out the wood chips and sell those. I probably could just sell the sawmill as is. There's no more planks in there waiting to be transferred over to have a seat or furniture building, so the only thing in storage over there is wood chips. I think if I sell the building outright, I think I'll get money for the wood chips, but I think we'll go over there with a trailer, empty it on out, and then sell the wood chips directly ourselves at some point. Also today, I think we're going to be putting down a shed for a lot of our trailers down here by the new sawmills, so we can start putting our tankers in there and some other equipment. The money, you probably have noticed, has gone up to $426,000. That's probably from the Big Red Barn, which sells, I think it's still selling popcorn, soy drink, maybe even, just salad and tomato sauce. I think it's all it's really making now. And of course, we got our three sawmills, which is directly selling planks. And of course, our BGA, I'm sure, is bringing in the cash also. So I think that gets you all caught up in what's been going on. And like I said, today, right now, we're just going to be focusing on this cornfield here. Get this all planted. The one thing I did notice, because I was kind of curious, we kind of took care of our horses last episode in the month of March, and I was kind of curious about the health, and I'll show you that once I get done spreading the lime here, so you can actually see the stats. So we rode one horse, which was Annabelle, and the health on both horses was at 0. I'm like, okay, so we got to ride the horses to get the health on up. But after checking, the health on both horses have gone up. So it appears that you definitely have to give them hay for their health to go up. I would assume hay and some kind of grain. And we gave them sorghum? Yeah, I think we gave them sorghum. And I think I'm going to be planting sorghum around their field. I think originally I said oats, but I think I'm going to switch up to sorghum. Only because we're going to get enough straw from our wheat field, I think, to meet our satisfactions for the year on the farm. And I want to get planting some other type of crops. We haven't done sorghum. Have I done sorghum on this map? I can't remember if I did or didn't. I know I did on Elm Creek, but I can't remember if I did it here or not. But anyways, we're going to be planting sorghum over by the horses. And then I got to figure out the other fields. Yeah, the other fields. That's kind of important too. By the main farm, we got a couple fields there we got to plant. I could go canola. Only reason why I'm saying that is I definitely got to start making sure we got enough pig food. I think we're up to like 60 pigs, and of course, once they all start hitting puberty every 4 months, they'll be producing 10 pigs. So they're going to be reproducing rather quickly here, pretty darn soon. I mean, we did just start off with 10. We're up to 60. And before you know it, we'll have like a couple hundred running around there. So I want to make sure we got some pig food. So I think canola might be a good option for us there, just to make sure we got enough pig food to go. So I think that gets us all caught up on what we're going to be doing this season. We still got more equipment to buy this year. I definitely want to buy the Big Crone X. That'll be doing the chaff in this field. And also I can also use the Big Crone X for cutting grass also. And just what the Big Crone X will do when you cut grass, it'll just shoot it right into the back of a trailer. So if I were to make, just want to take the grass and put it in the bunker to make silage, I can just get it done in one pass instead of, you know, putting it into a swath and going around and then picking up with a forage wagon, then dump it in. I can just go around once with the Big Crone X, and they'll shoot it back to a trailer. We can just dump it off as we go along. Alright, so this is kind of good. I didn't know if I was going to be able to get this whole field done with one load of lime, but it looks like I'll be able to. Oh yeah, the other thing I did get done between episodes is I spread lime on the vineyard, the new parts of the vineyard that we put down. I had at least that little sprayer on the Landini, and it worked out rather well for us. So the vineyard is pH value wise in good shape. And I've been doing just a little bit of looking into the vineyards and the olive groves with precision farming, and it appears precision farming just doesn't work on those two crops, which seems kind of sad that's the case currently, but maybe Giants will get on that and fix it, or maybe that's what they want to do with it. I have no idea. I was actually watching someone do a video with precision farming. It's like, well, okay, if it doesn't make sense, then I still got to fertilize it twice, but it won't let them fertilize it because it says it's at 100% fertilization. So, kind of interesting. I don't know. Not really sure. We'll just continue with what we've been doing, I guess, and just learn as we go about it. There have been a couple of updates to precision farming since it came out, but nothing in the notes about it making any adjustments to olive groves or vineyards. Alright, so step one in this field today is done. We got the pH value where it needs to be. I'm going to go ahead and just park the McCormick over here with the lime spreader. So I have been, like I said, hinting that we're going to be getting a John Deere. I think at 8 or 9R is what we're at now. I keep upgrading it from a 6 to a 7. Now I'm looking at 8 or a 9. I did price out a 9R the way I would want it kitted out, and it's going to cost like $450. Let me go ahead and lower this down, and we'll start spraying Digestate on this field, get the pH value up a little bit. But after looking at the 9R for like $450, I'm like, maybe an 8R will just do it just fine. It'd be kind of similar working size as this Deutz-Fahr for horsepower requirements and all that. Thought about doing it today, but unfortunately, I don't want to say unfortunately, I want to put down the big shed to start putting our tankers in and such, and that's going to cost us $100,000 right there for the shed that we're using today. And to me, that's a little bit more important to get our equipment kind of bundled up and put away where it needs to be. Now we're just about out of Digestate at the BGA. I think actually, well, last I checked, I had about 12,000 liters of Digestate. So whatever is in this tanker, and plus the tanker that the Mac Anthem has, that's full at 60 some odd thousand liters of Digestate. This will save us on fertilizer. But currently we're making just about everything. The only thing we don't make is the liquid fertilizer that's in the planter that we have. But by putting down this Digestate, we're going to go through very little of that. Always feels good when springtime rolls around and you start putting crops back into your fields. Then you just got to wait a few months. Then you can reap the benefits of all your hard work. Also today, though, I just realized, though, I should be selling our clothing. Our clothing should be at a pretty good price. It's usually late in April. So when I say late in April, it's going to be like around in the afternoon hours, I would assume, but I should check on that. We're going to get a good amount of money from there. So that clothing there should pay for our shed that we're going to put down. Although we got to do some landscaping for this shed. When I looked at it on the mod hub, I go, oh, that's a decent sized shed. And then I got in game and I looked at the footprint for it. I'm like, oh, that's a big boy shed. That's good. That's going to be perfect for us. We'll be able to put all of our like tankers in there. Eventually, our tree harvester will be able to go in there. Probably our big Crow Next will go in there. I'm glad I didn't spend too much on the vineyard and left us some cash because we're going to need it. Going to need it for some of this equipment that we're going to be using. Alright, we're just about out of Digestate in the tanker here. Let me go ahead and raise that on up so it doesn't come on automatically. Yeah, so if you've seen on the mod hub the fire station that came out, let's see, this goes out Monday, so I would assume it came out like 5 days ago or so. I will say this, it doesn't come with the fire trucks that it shows in the picture, so that was a little bit of like, okay, so then I went looking for fire trucks, and I really couldn't find what I was looking for. I thought I found one, and then I put the mod into the game, and it doesn't show up. So, yeah, and the person that uploaded that mod, and then I realized, I'm like, that mod looks familiar. I'm like, oh, you're not the creator of that mod, so I'm not going to use it even if it did work. Let's go top this sucker off, and hopefully with this tanker here and what I'm about to fill up, I can get this whole field done with the amount of digestate that we have. If not, it's not that big of a deal. And this is why when I bought like the truck way back, and of course the trailers, I get the wide tires because I knew I was going to be going on the fields with it. And that should be good. Alright, lower it down, there we go, and we're activated. You can see the pH value, nitrogen value where it currently is and where we're going to bring it up to, so it's bringing it up pretty far. And I think corn does take a lot of nitrogen, so I'm not going to over nitrogen. Well, how do I want to say it? I'm not going to put too much nitrogen in the field. Hopefully I don't anyways. And I'm hoping as we move along here, our overall environmental score will go up, because we did drop down to 90 from 100, but then again we got all these new fields and such. Couldn't quite finish the field with that tank, so I'll have to come in and top off. I'm going to see if I can sneak in here like this without having to fold up my implement. One thing I'm still getting used to in 22 is you got to unload or load something. You got to make sure that the vehicle's turned on for it to do so. While that's loading on up, I'm going to double check on the BGA. So let me scroll down here. Where are we for Digestate? How much do we got now? Ooh, almost another full tanker. So we'll be able to spread some Digestate on some other fields before we go ahead and plant this this month. But for today, in this episode anyways, we're just focusing on this cornfield. Then after this cornfield is planted, I'll probably run down and get Frank started on planting corn down by the BGA. Now that corn I'll be planting down there, I think it might be just used for pig food, but I think we got actually enough corn in the cereal production building. So I don't think we need any for that. We just got to see how we do on the grapes this year and raisins. That's what's kind of holding up the cereal production. But overall, the farm is making money elsewhere and almost everywhere. So we're doing rather well for ourselves. And I know this question has been asked a couple times every time I start making a new field somewhere or something. I know everyone doesn't watch every episode, and I think I only touched on it like in the first 3 episodes of No Man's Land here in 22, but we started off the series with owning everything, so we don't have to buy the land. Basically, we started with a $200,000 loan, but we owned all the land. That way we could just, when we started making the village or city or whatever you want to call it we're trying to do here, we could just start putting down anything anywhere instead of just building it all clustered in one corner and then work our way around. I wanted to be able to, right from the start, just say, well, I want to put this here, I want to put that there. So we started with land already owned for us. We didn't pay for the land at all. Now let's go ahead and drop that off there. And this should be all set to go. The one thing I got to make sure our sensor is on. B, turn on sensor. Oh, I'm on the trailer. I'm like, why does it tell me vehicle must... There we go. Isn't it B? Oh no, B used to be my old. It's Alt B to turn on crop sensor. Sorry, Alt B to turn on crop sensor. Alright, so let's unfold this. We are selected to corn. We got liquid fertilizer in the tank. Okay, lower the bridge. Turn it on. And now it's showing the nitrogen values for corn on the soil type that we're at. So you can see, yeah, corn requires a lot of nitrogen. So let's see how much we go through here. But the corn is going in. And the good thing about this soil over here, very, very low amount of seed is required. I mean, that's a low number. 8 seeds per meter squared. That's a low amount, man. Very, very low amount. Uh-oh, we're up to 9 seed. 10 seeds. Oh no, 11 seed. 12. Yeah, okay, so we're over at silty clay now. Yeah, clay is probably like one of the worst soil types to have for planting. But it's looking good. And by the time September, October rolls around, we'll be harvesting this corn for chaff. I don't know how much to expect in 22 with precision farming on a field this size. I'm hoping for a good amount. At least 500,000 liters I would hope for. I'm just trying to remember some of the fields I did. I don't think I've done corn chaff yet in 22 actually. But my memory serves me in 19 with seasons in 19, but it's hard to compare different versions and a different mod of seasons. A field this size, I should get like 500,000 liters. And I feel like I'm undercutting myself on that, so we'll see. Time will tell. If we look at our grass field, and then look at this field here, you would hope to get that much off of it, because our grass field, we're getting 350-ish, somewhere around there. And we can cut grass 3 times a year, which means we're getting 1 million liters of material off that grass field each season. And corn, well, you can only do corn once, so I'm hoping it's a really, really good number, but we'll find out later on. And if I really want more corn chaff, like I said, we're going to be planting 2 more cornfields, which I'm planting really just to make pig food, but if I want more of it, we could always use those fields, I suppose. And also the grass that we got to cut in this month, that's going to be made into silage because we're just about out of silage. And I cannot wait for this cornfield in the fall, so I've got to make a batch of silage for the cows. It's not going to take us long to plant this field at all. I remember when we finally got this planter, there were a couple of comments that said, oh, you should get the bigger planters, you got bigger fields, and yeah, it's going to get the job done a lot quicker, but really we don't need the bigger planters and seed drills yet. These fields aren't that big. They're not like the ones I did on Griffin, Indiana. Those were rather big fields. But this is probably going to take me 5 minutes in total to seed this field. Plus the bigger planters, you'd have to have a... Well, no, not the planter, but the drill, you'd have to have the seed tank. And those are expensive drills and planters. So I should be able to get this whole field done without having to refill. But I definitely will go back to the main farm, top this off with everything before I head on down to the BGA and plant those 2 fields. Although those fields there probably about the same size as this one combined. So as long as I top it off, I should be able to go down there and plant it and have no issues down there either. And just like that, the field is done. So all the work we put into it at the end of last season, the beginning of this season, should pay off in about another 5 or 6 months or so. And we don't have to do anything else to the field until harvest time. Should not get no weeds because it was plowed. And of course we just put lime, Digestate, seed, and liquid fertilizer on it, so it should be really, really good to go. Now, I wonder if I did roll the field, if I get the other 2% off of it. But, yeah, rolling just isn't my thing. I don't think. I tried a little bit of it in Elm Creek, and yeah, not too sure. The extra 2%, I'm not sure if it's worth all the time and effort you put into it, plus the wear and tear on your vehicle, your tractor, your implements. Is it worth that extra 2%? I don't know. Okay, so fold that up. I will bring this back to the main farm before I bring it on down and do the other cornfields. But we got the rest of the day to get that done. Well, it doesn't have to be completely done this month. But I mean, the sooner the better, right? The sooner the better. So yep, this field is ready to go. All right, the next place we're going to head on over to is the sawmills. Here we go. And these should be spitting out wood chips, which they are. Doing what they need to be doing. But we're over here because we got to put down a shed, and a rather decent sized shed, I must say. So we got to go into construction first of all. Let me rotate like this. Landscaping. I want to make sure we even this out here. Alright, where art thou? So I think we're just going to go in like this. And I'll probably have to remove some trees here and there. I don't know if there's any trees that we're currently surrounding here. That should be good enough, I think. Yep, we got some trees here. So let's go ahead and get rid of them the easy way. Delete objects. And we'll remove the trees because they're kind of buried now, aren't they? When I first started the series, I didn't think I would be doing this, but like, I need all the trees I can get for the furniture. And then I realized we don't need that many trees. Furniture is doing just fine without all these little trees. Alright, so how does that look over here? Because this is where it starts to ramp down. Yep, okay. Just trying to see how I want to place this. Alright, go back into here, construction, and then sheds, and then... so I gotta find it here. Right here. So with this mod, this is on the Giants Mod Hub. This is by OK Used Mods. And there's two styles of barns or sheds you can put down. You can put one that's a prefab, which is kind of interesting. I guess if you're looking for a construction type of look. It's only 10,000, but it's basically like the frame of the shed. But we're going with the shed itself, and it's going to cost us 95 grand. And let's see, I want to spin it around this way. And we're just going to go ahead and place it down. No, I want to come up here further. That's why I did it like this. There is no door on this side, right? No. Okay, just want to make sure I'm doing this the correct way. Just like that. So there's 95 grand just spent. Looks like a little bit of a dip here. I need to take care of that. So we can come in here. And this should be able to fit just about anything for sure to get in here. A lot of our tankers will be going in here, and a lot of our bigger equipment, maybe even our combine harvesters will go in here as well. And use some of the sheds over by the main farm for smaller stuff. That is definitely a good start. Maybe also I might want to put over here is like a washing station and a workstation. If I start parking things in here. Because why not? But I'm going to hold off on doing that for now. The one thing I do want to get right to, because I don't want to forget about it, is construction, landscaping. I think it's right there somewhere. Alright, so while we're here, let's go to painting as well and go to dirt. And then... might as well just go ahead and make this all dirt right here. Do I want... no, okay, so you can't repaint that, which is fine. Oh, that's a tree. There, I think that'll work right there. There we go. We'll decorate it on... during the summertime. And, because trees do cost some cash. But there we go. Got a little bit of stuff, a little bit of a cliff there. And I got a whole area back here, which would be probably good for a field or something later on. But there, now this will clear up the shed that's over there with all of our tankers into it. Yeah, we got wood chips everywhere. Let's see. Next thing I need to find, we're close enough, is need to grab the Mac Anthem truck. So I got to empty out some silage out of the bunker over here and top off the TMR mixer. But before I do that, we're going to grab the trailer and go over to the other sawmill, and we're going to grab the wood chips out of there so we can sell that sawmill, and then we'll go to the other sawmills, get all the wood chips that we possibly can get, and go sell them. So later on, I'll go down and top off this tanker with more digestate. And we'll get some of the fields sprayed over by the main farm. But for now, I'm just going to park this right there. I think this trailer is empty. Alright, let's go see the new sawmills that we put down. Let's go see how these fill up with wood chips. See if I can find the trigger for it. So the trigger for this one, I think, was somewhere around here. Actually, if I bring up the HUD, is it going to show up, or do I actually have to go to where the trigger is to fill up? Alright, since it's the first time, let's go ahead and activate interactive zone markers. I can see it on the ground, so do I just have to pull the trailer up there, or do I actually have to... Alright, so you do just pull underneath where it's been dumping the wood chips and then pick them up that way. You don't need to actually go into where it shows the trigger. So, alright, that problem is kind of solved. But now we know. So if I just pull into where the wood chip pile is, it'll just suck them off the ground. Now we got one more sawmill to go to. At least one more sawmill to go to over here. This one may not have as much wood chips. This one is on, right? Are there wood chips here? We're filling up with wood chips, so yeah, it is on. Just didn't see a pile there. Alright, now to drive over to the other sawmill. We'll get the wood chips out of there, then we'll sell that building. I'm not going to get a whole lot for it. But, yeah, we don't want that one over there anymore. We're just going to be using these three over here. Well, this sawmill definitely made No Man's Land run for about the first 50 episodes, feeding up the furniture shop. It's time to say goodbye to it. So let's go to construction. Click on that sawmill. Actually, I want to get back more than I thought I did. We've actually had it 10 years, basically. But let's go ahead and sell that. Now it looks kind of empty over here. We'll have to figure out something to do. I could just probably maybe expand that field right there all the way over to the furniture shop, or who knows? Who knows what I'll end up doing with it. Anyways, let's go sell these wood chips. Won't get a whole bunch for it. I don't even know what the wood chips go for, but we only bring it to the biomass heating plant. Then what I think I'm going to do is we're going to grab our Lexian combine and our 60-foot header and trailer and bring that over to the new shed. I'm going to park that up in there just to kind of see how it all looks, and we can get a size comparison. Sometimes looking at a shed, you don't know really how big it is until you start putting some stuff in there. And I wonder if they'll take care of my header falling off the trailer. Probably not. I don't know why it keeps doing that. But 11,000 liters of wood chips is what we got. So if I get like $3 grand for it, I'll be happy. Okay, so not even that. We'll just say 1,200 after it's all said and done. And we'll park that there. I'm going to teleport over to this beautiful machine. The corn header, do I want to bring that with? Might as well bring it with us. Oh, that's right, I gotta put the header back on the trailer. Well, I guess I'll pick it up by hand and put it up there. I was like, I know that trailer does attach to that combine. Do I have super strength turned on? I do not. We do now. I don't know if I'm on or not. Yep, we're on. And that way, in this shed here, I can park my tractors and not have much of a problem. Actually, I could probably be able, I'll have plenty of places to park things over here now. As I start looking around, I'm like, okay, that's got to go to the big shed. That's got to go to the big shed. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna have plenty of room around here. All right, so how much room are we actually going to have in here to park all this stuff? I don't need to park everything in here. Originally, I was just want to put a shed down here for our logging trailer and the tree harvester. But now I'm looking at it, I'm like, ooh, it's going to be... And I took the corner too tight and knocked my trailer header. That did snap back on there, though. I thought I was going to be able to sneak this around and then be able to get it out this door. But in order for me to do that, I probably should have... Wow, this header is bigger than I thought it was. I probably should park the trailer header over here. And that way, when I go to swing out, I can get out this door here. Alright, so I may actually leave the combines parked over there. Because I can see myself getting a couple trailers in here. Yeah, this shed does look big, but once you start putting some equipment in here, okay, not as big as I originally thought it might be. Of course, now I got to get this thing out of here, which could be kind of difficult. So I may do this all off camera, because that's going to take me a while to get that out of there. The last thing I want to do is, we're going to hop over to see the beautiful horses that we have. And Annabelle is the one that we rode last time. And it'll be easier to see if I go into the stat page. Oh, I'm already on it. So Annabelle, health is up to 70. And we rode Annabelle just once, and the fitness went up 25%. So am I only going to have to ride it 4 times in order to get the fitness up to 100? Possibly. So the other horse, I thought, okay, well, when I saw Annabelle's stats, I'm like, okay, so I rode the horse, the health went up. But Ani's health is the other horse we did not ride, and their health went up. So all I did was give them hay. So I don't know if you got to give them just hay, or does it have to be base food and hay, a combination of both for the health to go on up. And you can see the fitness is at 0. But we're going to jump on Annabelle and ride her on down to... There we go. Get our fitness in on Annabelle anyways. I'm going to jump on down to where I put down the fire department. Now, when I saw the mod on Mod Hub, it showed fire trucks in the mod. But if they're part of the mod, I sure as heck couldn't find them in the store to place them on down. as I almost glitched through the bridge there, it seems like. So hopefully in the future we'll find some fire trucks to add some realism to the map a little bit more. But of course, where would the fire department go? Right on the main street. Everyone can feel a little bit safer now that we got some fire protection. No fire trucks, but we got workers here. So they'll just have to do a bucket brigade. In other words, form a line up by the river and pass buckets along to put out any fires that come along. Now it is a Polish mod, so that's why everything's in Polish. But basically that's the fire department building that we have. But hopefully sometime in the near future we'll have a fire truck or two parked out here and it'll look like a true fire station. Let's see, I'm going to stop here as well. Annabelle, can you go this way, please? Alright, so a row is 10. So we got 10, 11, 12, 13,000 liters of clothing to sell. And probably won't be selling the clothing until later on in the afternoon. 10,352. 10,004, and the best price is usually 10,001. So, yeah, probably do that at the beginning of next episode. And currently inside the store, nothing that we're looking for. This is kind of tempting. This is a slurry digestate tanker that you can kind of park next to a field. But since I got a tanker that already brings around 60 some odd thousand, not really necessary. One of the things I would like to buy is, like I said, pretty soon here is a forage harvester, the Big Crow Next, but that's 515,000. But that's what we're going to need here on the farm here this season. So I guess I could sell clothing. I might get up high enough to buy that right off. But if I buy that right off, the reason why I would is to go ahead and buy... I think it's this piece right here. Yep. That's 65 grand. Is there a bigger one? No, that's it. So we can cut the grass with this right here. What's the working width of that? 6.2 meters. And the mowers that we got is a 10.2 meters. So it's not as wide as the mowers that we got in a pass, but like I said, when I cut the grass with this, I have to put it into a swath and go around with a forage wagon and pick it up with a forage wagon or loading wagon, whatever they're called now. But if I do the big X and mow it, I can just shoot it right back into the trailer and dump it in one pass. So, but I still would have to keep the mower set because if I ever want to make hay, then I definitely have to do it that way. We'll have to wait and see how that goes, but we do got some stuff to sell. And we got more farming to do. In the meantime, we got more planting to do. We got, I don't know, quickly 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more fields to plant still. So a bit more work to do. Did you get your daily riding in? Yes, you did. So I'm going to bring Annabelle back, clean up the horses, and let them do what they do. I'm going to take a small break, and then we'll pick it up next episode, probably with planting and spraying Digestate, selling some clothing, and what have you. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in No Man's Land. But until then, have a good one. Don't fall through the bridge.